Here I have two brand new 2019 Ram 1500s. The red truck is a Laramie V8. This white truck is a V6 Tradesman, but both of them have Ram's eTorque mild hybrid system under the hood. And here's the question: is the V8 eTorque worth $2,645? Well, let's take the two trucks on the first drive and find out. An interesting thing, the hood says Hemi V8, right? But nowhere does it say hybrid or eTorque or electric, anything. It's basically a stealth package, if you can call it that. The eTorque system, when you open the hood, you can see that motor, but anywhere on the outside, you cannot tell that it's electrified in any way. For 2019, for the all-new Ram 1500, this is the powertrain that the truck comes with as a base engine. 3.6 liter V6 that's rated at 305 horsepower and 269 pound-feet of torque. It's made it to a new second generation 8-speed automatic transmission. And the big news, of course, is that the eTorque mild hybrid system is included for the base truck, and it adds 90 pound-feet of torque to get the truck moving off the line. It cannot run solely on electric power. The gas engine still provides the majority of the propulsion. And Ram says you potentially could see between 2 and 3 mpg improvement in the city and the combined numbers, which puts this truck straight up against competition from Ford and Chevrolet on fuel economy. And EPA ratings are not available yet for the V6. I wish they were, but let's do a little bit of estimation. The classic Ram 1500 with a V6 two-wheel drive was rated at 17 city, 25 highway, and 20 combined. Ram says you can expect between 2 and 3 mpg improvement for the city and combined numbers, which could put it at about 20 mpg in the city and 22 combined. That's a very competitive number if you consider that an F-150 from Ford in two-wheel drive trim with a 2.7 liter V6 has a 22 combined rating, and the Silverado V8, the 5.3 liter two-wheel drive truck, has a combined number of 19. So what are you getting for that $2,645 over the V6? Well, you're getting a familiar Hemi. This 5.7 liter is still producing 395 horsepower and 410 pound-feet of torque. It's been slightly reworked, of course. Once again, 8-speed automatic transmission is here, but this 8-speed has a higher torque rating, obviously, than the one in the V6. Here's the electric motor under the hood here, and it is connected to the engine via the belt drive system, very similar to the V6, and it adds up to 130 pound-feet of torque down low. See, the total system horsepower and torque numbers are the same as the outgoing truck because the electric motor is not working at the high end. It just helps the truck get going. And, well, let's just listen to this Hemi and see how it does. Ram organized this event and they flew me out here to Kentucky. And Kentucky, Lexington, Kentucky, is all about horses, right? And today we had an amazing opportunity to actually meet, justify the 13th Triple Crown winner of all time. That was a pretty awesome experience. In the Tradesman here you get cloth seats, but still a lot of space. Check this out. This is an insane amount of space. It's crazy in this crew cab. But you could also move the seats, of course. So you have a lot of space, flat loading floor, and of course the cubby holes here, which are now larger for 2019. But the battery is actually hiding up here by the wall. You can't really see it, and you still have a lot of usable space. So this tradesman has a 6-person configuration here, which is pretty useful. And there's storage underneath as well. Here, a couple little cubbies. And of course you could fold this down and still have cup holders here and extra storage. In this fully loaded Laramie truck, you got split folding rear seat. So there's 2 little handles underneath here. And there's an extendable storage compartment down here. The floor is the same, still flat folding, and there's also those storage bins here. But what else you're getting heated seats in this Laramie. You're getting some extra power outlets, USB-C and USB. In the front here, you're getting a heated and ventilated front seats. And of course, Ram's new console with lots of USB ports, lots of USB-C ports, moving section in the middle, also wireless charging for your phone down here, and of course USB-C, and as well as the trailer brake controller on this side. The 8 eTorque is what gives you your maximum towing capability as well in the new Ram 1500. 12,750 pounds is the maximum rating with a 2-wheel drive truck. Obviously that rating drops as soon as you get a big crew cab with a few options and also 4-wheel drive. But that number is very competitive. Ford is a little bit above that at 13,200 pounds on the F-150, and that takes into account everything: the redesigned frame, the new suspension geometry, the bigger hubs, now 6-bolt hubs, bigger brakes all the way around. All those things combined together to give you that maximum towing capability. In case you're wondering, the maximum tow rating for a V6 eTorque truck is 7,730, so you can still carry a sizable trailer. How does the eTorque system work? Well, if you're driving the truck, it's actually a very seamless experience. Yeah, I know it's becoming a cliche to say that, but it's indeed the case. Right now, I have no idea that an electric motor is actually assisting during shifts and helping me during a start-stop, but there's actually 6 things that the system is doing. The first one is right here. I come to a complete stop, and then Ram says, within 400 milliseconds, when I take my foot off the brake and to the moment that the truck starts rolling, 400 milliseconds, so that transition is very smooth. And the other thing they mentioned, the truck can actually sit in traffic or at a stoplight for up to 10 minutes without the engine coming back on if the battery is fully charged. And if you're sitting for 90 seconds, Ram says in auto start mode with the engine off, you're saving 1.7 fluid ounces in 90 seconds. Just think about it. If you're sitting for a couple minutes, you're saving considerable amount of fuel. The tradesman is equipped with trailer tow mirrors, manually operated. But this is basically a heavy-duty mirror in a half-ton truck, and it's pretty useful. The mirrors on the Laramie are power folding. Now, when you actually accelerate, like going on a highway, the eTorque system is helping you there as well. Ram is calling it real-time efficiency and shift transition smoothing. Basically what that means, the engine itself, all the technologies, mechanical technologies it has, like the variable valve timing and exhaust gas recirculation, the eTorque system allows the truck to actually be in those fuel efficient modes more often. And then finally the braking is there, right? And Ram calls it a blended brake system, where the first touch of the brakes, you're actually using the electric motor generator to recoup some of the energy. But if you're in the panic stop, or if you push the brake completely, or if you're like below 15 miles an hour, then you get the friction brakes, the actual brake pads biting on the rotors, and that offers you maximum stopping power, which is great. I'm actually impressed by how the V6 accelerates. You know, you would think this is, you know, a heavy truck, crew cab, four-wheel drive, but the V6, if you're not towing heavy, I think this is a good engine option. For 2019, the quad cab or extended cab version of the Ram starts at $33,390 for the two-wheel drive model. And that's a great starting price already with a V6 eTorque system included. But then if you want more, you can step up to a Bighorn two-wheel drive, and the starting price of that model is $37,390. Then for the Laramie, that's the red truck, two-wheel drive version of that truck starts at $41,190. The Rebel off-road truck 4x4 starts at $46,390. The Laramie Longhorn, that's the more luxurious version of the Laramie truck with a 12-inch infotainment system. That truck starts at $51,890. Finally, the limited two-wheel drive starts at $54,390. So you have a range between about $33,000 to about $52,000 to start, but then you could start adding the options, and let me tell you what that Laramie is actually costing. Before we talk about the final MSRPs on these two trucks, let me just tell you a little bit about some of the options you can get and how much they cost. If you want to step up for a 4x4 model over a two-wheel drive model, that will cost you around $3,500. That's quite a lot, but a lot of us need a four-wheel drive truck, right? Then if you want a crew cab versus a quad cab, that will cost you about $2,800. But these trucks you see here have a 5.5 foot bed. If you want to go to a longer 6.5 foot bed, that's only $300. That's a pretty good deal. And the long bed version is available in both crew cab and quad cab configurations. But what about eTorque? You know what the starting price is for a tradesman eTorque. For $1,195, you can step up to a regular V8. You can still get a straight Hemi V8 with no start-stop. Boom, you can get that truck. But if you want more fuel efficiency, 2 mpg more in the city and combined, then the eTorque is where it's at. And that truck costs $1,450 over the regular V8. And this truck, after all the options, that sunroof, and of course the navigation system and the sport package, price of this truck is over $63,000. The V6 trucks will be available in dealers in about a month or two. That's what Ram says. So finally we'll be able to buy them. And we're gonna get these trucks to Colorado very soon, because I want to run the MPG loop with a trailer. I want to do the iGauntlet. I want to do the acceleration test to find out exactly what these trucks can do in the real world. I can't quite do it here on the rural roads of Kentucky. So which is better? Is it a V6 eTorque or a V8 eTorque? If you're looking for value, I definitely would recommend the V6. It offers good features. The tradesman is equipped for towing as well, and for about 44 grand like this truck, I think that's a great value right now. But for me, I live in Colorado, I need more power to cross the mountains, and I do some heavier towing between 6,000 and 7,000 pounds on a regular basis on the weekends. I think the V8 is where it's at for me. Even though it costs more money, I would probably choose a Bighorn edition, because the Laramie Sport, yeah, it's really awesome, but $63,000 is a little bit expensive for me personally. I would choose a lower trim level with the V8 eTorque. Go back to tfltruck.com for more news, views, and real-world Ram 1500 reviews. Guys, check this out. This is justified. This is not just any horse. This horse is a Triple Crown winner. Only 13 horses ever have won Triple Crown. 3 races in 1 year.